basically we have the code to refer. So if you have some time or else spend at least 2 to 3 hours today on understanding the code, okay, and what all changes you all have to do, and then start replicating that code. That would be helpful for you to while testing the while doing the unit testing. Okay, so here is the wholesale. You can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So basically what we are doing right now is we have 11 SDIs which are coded in Sapphire and which are running in production since years. Okay. So now we want to rewrite this Sapphire thing, okay, because Sapphire is demising, so we have to rewrite everything. I mean, what all code we have for this particular SDIs, we need to write them into COBOL language. Okay, and demising the Sapphire. So right now what we have done is basically we have one project, Bazel 3, which is a advanced version of this FINAC. Okay, so we did and for that project we have some 12 to 15 SDIs, but the logic of FINAC and that project, that is Bazel 3, that is almost same. I mean, everything is same, just at the time of developing that Bazel 3 project, what we had done is we have taken the same copybook, same code of FINAC, because whatever the SDIs we have in this FINAC, same SDIs are there in that project. Okay, I think one or two are not there in FINAC. That's a new one. So what we did is we took the FINAC code, we took the Sapphire code of this FINAC extract, then we replicated that to COBOL. Okay, and then created, or only thing we did is if there are 4 fields of this wholesale product SDI in FINAC, there will be 9 fields or 10 fields in Bazel 3. So we just have added all remaining 5 to 6 fields. Okay, there. So what you have to do is we will give you the Bazel code, which is similar, which has the similar logic what we are doing in FINAC. Okay, for every SDI, whether it is wholesale, retail, everything. Okay, so you just have to replicate that program and convert it for the for your copybook. Okay, so here, as I said, now if I tell you for this product SDI, the copybook is this. So I think for this particular copybook there are 50 fields maybe. You know how to operate this, right? Endeavor and everything.
Yeah, Lena. Yesterday we have tried out.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, then. Okay, okay. Then. The time it will come, we'll see. Okay. So basically, for this FINAC 8D job is the main job right now in Sapphire, which creates a 16 thread file for every SDI. So if you look at this job, it is a Sapphire job, okay, and the Sapphire process creates 16 threads of single SDI, and likewise we have 11 SDIs. Okay, so this 80 output is like that. So what at the end of this project, we will have to demise this 80 job. And in place of that 80 job, we will put the 16 job, one for each thread of our new process.
Okay.
And then this 8H job, which is the reformatting job, which is existing job. So what does this job does is, from 8D we will get 16 threads of wholesale product SDI. So 8H will, what this 8H will do, it will combine those 16 thread in the first step. Then in the subsequent steps, it will reformat that file, that combined file, and create the final SDI which needs to be sent to GBM or the further server. Okay, so 8H will remain same. We will use the 8H job as it is, but the input of 8H, that is 16 thread, okay, that is produced by the Sapper process. We have to produce it by the COBOL process.
Okay.
So let me see that how that file looks like. Every JCL or everything you'll get in this PDS, okay? 10t.fz1.jcl. I think Monica has mentioned this PDS. So this is 80 job. This is the main job of FINAC process. If you say this is a Sapper process, so for each Sapper, for each SDI there is a new view. So we don't want to look into this further. We are just worried about the steps where those files are getting created. Okay, so this is this step, destination 100. Okay, so here you can see the comment also for which SDI these are getting created. So this is general ledger. So all this is old way I'm telling you. Okay, so we will just replace this job, we'll demise this job. And now if you see, this is my output of GL process, or else I think if you are looking at the product one, then you will see product file. This is a retail product, this is the wholesale one. So this is my output of 8H. Now there will be 16 threads. So for new way also we have to create 16 threads. So what we'll do, we'll run the same program 16 times, but it will be different. Okay, so we'll process 16 inputs and 16 outputs separately through the same program. So these are the 16 threads. Now 8H is my reformat program. See here. So all in 8H, it will remain same 8H job. So what we'll do, we'll create, we'll give here the input file now will be created through the COBOL process, a COBOL program. Okay. So rest everything will be same. Only thing we have to change is the position and everything, because Sapper creates the file in VB format, but our COBOL program creates the file in FP. Okay, so we'll have to consider those changes in this sort process. So that is the file thing. Now if we go to, but this all you will need at the end. But before updating this reformat job, first you'll have to compare this single thread first for old way and new way. So this is, I have mentioned here in conference link the old way file. Okay, at the end this is the old way file. So old way and new way you have to compare. It should exactly match. Then only if everything exactly matches, then only you will go to the reformat program. Till that time you will have to work on the matching old way and new way the program. Okay, so this is 8D job, 8H job, and at the end we'll demise this 8D job. Now for this product, what we'll do is, first we have to clone and update the layout file for wholesale product. So this is already there, this particular copybook. Okay, but this now we are working on the layout file. So if this copybook, okay, this is the copybook. I think product will have multiple fields. Okay, it is a big file actually. So here you will not need these last write logic field. Okay, you can ignore this.
Okay, for every SDI we need to ignore it, right
Yes.
logic. If
Yes.
any copybook, other SDI also has this.
Yes, every in FINAC SDI, every copybook will have this write logic because it is required for Sapper thing, right? So that's why they have
Okay.
written this. So we can ignore this or we can simply delete this.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll just confirm you from Monica whether we can use the same copybook names, just deleting the write logic, or we can have the new copybooks. We will have to replicate the copybooks. So that thing I'll confirm from Monica. But what you have to do is, the first step is to create and update the layout file. So where you will find this layout file is, now we are actually replicating Bazel project, what we did, right? I told you that we are replicating to Fina. So for that, the layout file be in BZ drive. So here you can simply find prod W wholesale. So these are the files, layout files. These are all PS files you need to update. So first I'll tell you the main layout file. So this is the main layout file, means it has whatever we can see in file manager, right? If you open the copybook in file manager, how it looks like, the similar thing you have to copy and paste there in the layout file. So if I show you, this is my product W file for Bazel thing.
Okay.
So here, if you open the copybook, I think for W, I think 210 or 210. So yeah. So if now this is retail one, maybe 09 would be of. Yeah, so this is product one. So how it looks like here is the field name, then the picture clause, then the type, start position, end position, and length, right? The similar way you have to create the layout file. So right now this is my product layout file. So, but here you will have the field name twice. This is the EPM main name, field name, and the EPM name. Okay. So, and if you scroll right side, then you will have this picture clauses, type, start position, end position, and the length. So this is already created for product W or for every SDI. So what you'll have to do is just refer this copybook. Okay. All fields are not there in or what all fields are not there in this copybook from that layout file, you just have to delete those fields, because those are added for Bazel 3 project, right? So if I check in this particular copybook, PRD 122 is the last that is required for FINA. So I'll just check in this layout file. Okay, PRD 22. Then there are no PRD 23 till, I think for Bazel there are many, 500. So you can delete these fields. Okay, just keep these fields. These are required. These are mandatory. These are not part of your output copybook, but these are mandatory. These are intermediate fields.
Okay.
Starting
So,
with
Leena,
Z.
those fields, those are repeating in this second column also. So we need to keep that second
Yes.
column values also, right?
Yes, yes. Or else what you can do is just copy this PS from your name, okay, and delete whatever is not required for FINAC or whatever is not there in FINAC copybook. Just delete everything.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
And
you can.
do we need to match the position also? Like
Yes,
from
maybe
copy?
it would be same, because we have just took this copybook and appended the extra fields. So maybe the field length and start position will be same, but for few fields there can be a difference. Okay, so
Okay,
better
so
just to
accordingly
verify.
okay. So accordingly we need to adjust the length and everything.
Correct, correct. So I think there is a field in product also we had changed. I think this product 62. Now in for Bazel, no, this one, right? PRD 006. So PRD 006 has 120 is it is length, right? But if PRD 006 for FINAC, it is maybe 40 or 60 bytes. Yeah, now it is 120, maybe some other field, but there are differences for sure for product wholesale. Okay, I think PRD 00360 it is. Yeah, see. for PRD 003, there it is 60, but here it is 40. So 20 bytes are less in 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 my layout file. But for yours, you will have to update this length, then update this copybook position, start position, and end position.
Okay, so down fields will also be impacted, right?
Correct. So what
The
you
start
will do
and-
is
okay.
just copy this file, okay? Open this copybook, FDI FF08 in File Manager, and just copy paste it from there. So you don't have to calculate, okay, add 20 bytes extra and everything, because File Manager will give you the exact position, start position, and end position will end, right?
Yeah.
So just open this copybook in File Manager, copy this file with your ID, and update according to the File Manager.
Okay.
And whatever fields are not there, you can delete them.
Okay. So Leena, there are 3 layout files are given.
Correct.
So
So
all the 3 we need to do
no.
like that?
No. You just have to update the last one because it has your final layouts, right? These are the input CBC. So this is required for your input file. This is required for your intermediate fields. So this will become same for all the SDIs, or maybe for the CDM, non-CDM, but here you have to update only this layout file.
Okay, only the third one. For every SDI we need to update only the third one, right?
Yes, correct. Because yeah, this is CBC, this is input layout file. So this is already created. You can use that as it is. The only thing I would say is for the CDM part, it is not there. So maybe I'll show you. You can use this, these two. So because the CDM, this is dot CDM, right? So CDM processing is required for the Bezel 3 project. That's why we have created this different one. But first you can update this copybook. Okay, I will give you the name of these two copy. You don't have to update these two copybooks. You can refer it as it is, or you can use it as it is. Just the thing here is whether you have to create it with your lid, or maybe I think it will be the same. Just take this copybook, copy it with 30W lid, and use it. Okay, you don't have to update anything. Only update is required for the SDI specific copybook layout file. So here on Confluence page, I have mentioned this layout file. You can just take this layout file, copy it with 30W lid, and update it. So that is the first. Second is remove the dynamic fields and additional attributes. That is what I told you, right? Whatever the fields are not there in the FINA copybook, you can just delete them. Even dynamic fields, some of the dynamic fields are also not required, but for timing you can keep it as it is, because you never know, right, if rules comes and it has failed that way. So it's better to keep.
Yeah, but actually, Leena, we don't know about
the
all
dynamic
those.
fields, right? So dynamic fields are nothing but the last 4 fields I told you, right? These 4.
Okay, these 4.
Yeah, so these are the dynamic fields. So keep it as it is. If at all we don't require at the time of testing, then we'll remove those. But maybe if rule comes for this, input comes for these fields, so it should not fail, right? So better to keep it as it is. We'll remove it later. Okay, these are called as dynamic fields. Also, the intermediate, the second file, driver fields. These are all also dynamic fields. Maybe we will not require this also, but we'll use it as it is. If it is not getting used anywhere at the final testing time, we'll remove this. Okay. So that is the second step. You got the first step, right? Take this copybook, copy it with your lid or 30W lid, update it according to the fields. And fields, you can take the start position, end position, taking from the file manager. So I think Veerababan and Shri, I think other person will also getting it everything, right?
Yeah, Lena.
Okay. So now coming to the program, this is all related to, first 2 points are related to layout file. We are not updating copybook because we have to use it. It is already there. We have to use it as it is. Now third is to cloning the program. So this is the program for the Bezel project which we had created for wholesale product. Okay, so if I open that program, $379. So what you will do is you have to clone this program for your STM. So just copy it as it is, change the program ID and program name. Okay, then update the date as well as the description. Now this is for Bezel project, so you can just write for FINAC thing. Okay, or just removing the Bezel, just write FINAC password. Okay, now rest all everything would be same. No need to update anything there. Everything would be same. Copybooks are also same. Here is okay. Need to update the layout file name. Okay. So here, no, I think layout file is also PS file, so no need to update this layout file as well. Need to change the input file length and output file length. Okay. So that will be given by, I think, input file for part. Okay, fine. So you have to change the input file name, file length and output file length here. Then by coming down, no need to change anything. Output copybook name here, data rec. So FDIIB. So here the output file will become, no, I think this is input, sorry. Output is here. So you will have to give the input copybook as well as output copybook name. So I think input copybook, I'll give you the input copybook name. It is FDIIB 800. Okay, because for product it has some extra field, so you can keep it as it is, or if it is not working, it will be FDIIB 800. Okay, so you have to update the output copybook name as well. Here your output copybook name will be this, FDIIFF08. Then everything will be same, no need to change here. Yes, I think you'll have to correctly go to the procedure division. Yeah, here also you don't have to update anything. Simply you can just go and do the first output field. Okay, so first output field of my, this is PRD001. You can just remove this field as well, right? FA record type. This is also SAFER specific, so you will have to just remove that. Okay.
FA record type. Okay.
Record type. First field and the last field.
These are separate specific and maybe only this. Okay.
Yes, or else you can just keep it because it will be helpful while comparing old way and new way, right? Because if you remove it, then your
in output.
Yeah, but basically what you'll do is you can remove this field, and then while comparing through outrec, you can just, for comparison purpose, you can add this field, compare it. If everything looks good, then just remove it.
Okay. Or Leena, can we remove it and then
just a minute, or
comparing? If we are
else,
getting differences, we can mention the justification, right? This is not required for SAFER, and that is why those are the differences.
Yes, correct. But just to intermediate comparing, I would say just put that field, and if it is matching, then just remove it and say that okay, matching is successful, like that.
Oh, okay.
So I think this field is already there, maybe. Okay. This is right para. Okay, we have removed that for present. So what you'll do is take this first field, this PRD001. Okay, F1. Now you have to update this para X003. Okay, what you have to update first is program name, program ID, then the comment section, that is first description, then output and input file lengths you need to update, then output and input copybooks you have to update in this program, then update this para X003 para. Okay, rest all you can just keep it as it is, the code. Update in this para, what you need to update is here this attribute name, right? So it is basically the field which is there in your copybook or your layout file, not in copybook, layout file. So these are the dynamic fields I told you, right? At the end, ZMI function code. So that is, this code is for that. So you can keep it as it is because it is there in your layout file. You need to update from here. So PRD001 is already in your copybook, right? So keep it as it is. So basically you need to remove the fields which are not there in your copybook. So maybe from PRD120.
So whatever update we have done in copybook, so accordingly we need to update the program to reflect the same.
Correct. So PRD122 is my last field, right, in my copybook. So from this I'll just delete everything. But in this para, maybe it is there in some other para as well. So you just have to keep that track. Okay. Now this is very big actually. Okay, so remove this code as well, okay, because this has many more than 250 fields. That's why we have to keep 2 evaluates. So you can remove this too. Okay. Yeah. So now in default rule process also, you'll have to just keep only the fields which you have. So this is the para map default rule, but that is for I think numeric fields. Okay, numeric and alphanum. So this evaluate is only for the packed fields. So whatever the packed fields in your copybook, keep those only. Rest all you can delete. Okay. So maybe 126. 116 will be there in your copybook. You just have to remove this 120 from these fields. 136. So basically just go through the program and just note down where you have to update. Okay, so X003, X0034 you have to update. Then X036 also you have to update. This is basically for numeric to pack the conversion. So here also X036 para to remove these fields 126, 120. And then I think skip target rule, no. I think these are the only paras you have to update. Yes, correct. So the paras you need to update is X003, X034, X036. Okay, and what you have to update is just add the or remove the fields which are not there in your layout file. Remove that logic actually for that field. That is the cloning of the program. That is what I have written, that remove the logic of additional attributes from the program which are not present in your copy. Save for the dynamic attributes, the last one, ZStat. Then we just have to add that program to Endeavour. Then first we'll test the single thread.
So Lina, as you suggested, like not to remove the dynamic attributes. So if we are not removing dynamic attributes from copybook, then we don't have to update in program also, right?
Correct. So you just keep it the dynamic attribute program or logic in the program itself. Later we'll do that.
Oh.
Just a minute. Hello?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so what you'll do is just add that program and run for first thread and compare that first thread. Again, the catch is now the COBOL program creates the output file in PB, and you'll have the existing output in FB and VB. So you have to do the conversion to compare the files.
Yeah, Lena, you mean first thread, you mean like that first extract file, first extract output file?
Correct. So you have this first extract means this 140, right?
Yeah.
So for
So
140,
this is the first extract, right?
yeah, this is the actually first extract file. Extract file will be single for every STI or for every extract, but intermediate it will have the 16. So in the reformat job, we'll combine this and create the single extract. But for the COBOL, you will have 16 inputs and 16 outputs. But the program will be same.
Okay.
So
So we will first compare that extract first file only, and if it is matching, then we'll compare others, right?
correct. So first you just complete this layout file update, COBOL update, and the copybooks and everything. And then I'll provide you the input file to test your program. Okay? Then create the output file, compare it with old way and new way. Now, to create...
Yeah, I was just asking those two KPIs which you have mentioned.
Yeah. So this PZ is the one I showed you, where you will have the so it has copy layout files for every SDI and also the rules processing for that.
Yeah, it is creating some SSTR from SSTR
So
as
SSTR,
input, and then
correct. SSTR is basically a rule file. The rules, the finance will enter for our data. Okay, so how now you have your input, right? But to create your extract, you will need some logic, right? What all fields should be getting written in the output file, and what is the logic to write that field? So that logic is present in this SSTR file, and that logic will be entered by the finance people, users. Okay, so this file we will have now. This is the Bazel file for you. It will be FINA. I think I have mentioned that file too here.
yes.
FINA.SSTR. Okay, so this file will have the rules for all the extracts, not even for wholesale, all the extracts. Okay, so what this PZ job does is this job will divide the SSTR file as per the rules or as per the extracts. So for wholesale, it will create a separate file. For retail, it will create a separate file. For GL, it will create a separate file. So that for our process, we will use only the wholesale related rules. We will not process the entire file.
Okay. So I think in that, as per my understanding, that prod W is the wholesale file, right?
Correct. So what this job will do, this will create the layout file for each SDI. Now this is for security, this is for trade, and later in this job it will just divide the SSTR file in multiple files based on the what extract you are working, like IRS, facility, product retail, likewise.
Okay, so this wholesale product, we need to keep only the prod W file and the logic related to that prod W in that step, right?
Yeah, or else what you do is just copy this job in your PDS and remove the rest of the logic for other extracts, not for the, but common logic you have to keep as it is. Okay, so you can just remove everything not related to product W, but the common logic, right? Like this. These are the recursive hierarchy file. These are the reference file you need in your program. All these files. Just so keep these files as it is. So keep these steps as it is.
Okay, all the files we need to keep as it is, right?
Yeah, this logic I'm showing you, you don't delete this logic because this is what we are doing is the reference file and the SSTR file. We are combining that, and then we are taking the rule file as well as layout file which we need. So this don't delete these steps because you will anyways use this output file in your testing. Okay, so keep it as it is just for the layout step, the first two steps, right? These just keep your layout file here and you can delete the rest of the steps. But I think the rest of the JCL keep it as it is because you will need that. So similarly, for your program to execute, you will need this SSTR file, which will have the rules, okay, how the that field is getting populated. Now you will also have the default rule file. That means if none of the rules got selected from SSTR file, then we'll populate the output field as per this default rule. So that also you will need. So
Lina, in that step where it is taking that SSTR and default file, there multiple files are getting created. So we need to keep only the specific to wholesale products, right? If we are creating for SDS, wholesale SDS.
See, for PZ job, you will have to use this job as it is. Only you can delete is the above step, only the layout files names, because rest of the fields you have to keep as it is because here the default file you are using. So anyways, this default file you will need in your processing as well. So PZ job you cannot change. In after PZ we need to actually run the DG job. So DG job, you can just replicate this job as well, and here you can only take the product specific. You can delete the rest of the things for other extracts. So if this is on, I think no, this is the recursive hierarchy. This is also one of the biggest job. So maybe this is for facility, so you can delete if you are not working on facility. Then this is for security, so delete these steps if you are not working on security likewise. But when everything got developed, then we will combine this job, combine all these steps like we did in this DG job. Okay? You got it? What I'm telling? What I'm telling is keep the replicate PZ job as it is. Okay, just give the file layout file names of your SDI. Rest all you can delete only for the layout files. Okay, but SSTR files you'll have to keep them as it is. All the steps related to SSTR file. Only thing you need to update there is, I think SSTR file in this job are from SDI. Okay, so in place of this file you'll have to give this file.
Okay, so whatever input files you have given, we need to replace only the input files, right?
Yes,
and
also the
output
recursive
files
hierarchy.
accordingly.
Yes, correct. So your output files will be of 30W. So I have mentioned you the input files. So these input files you have to give. Okay. And I think output file names you can keep it as it is. Just the lead will change.
Yeah, Monica suggested to keep it 30W and in place of SDI keep FINA.
No. I'm telling about the output files. So these are only FINA, right? This is old wave file name. So for your also you can keep I think the same file. Just update this lead. That is 30W.
Okay.
So I think that is done with respect to BZ job. And then the next job I have mentioned is K0. So K0 is basically single thread job for wholesale product. So likewise you have to create. So for your single thread, I'll give you the job name and everything. So we'll do it like this. I think you don't need these file names. Sorry, don't need this step. Maybe for FINA. I think this is only for Bazel purpose. So you what you'll do is you'll just only copy this program step. That's it from this job. And for I think for retail one there are no steps before this program step. So there is only one step for retail, but wholesale product is like it's a big SDI, so maybe it has some extra things that you need to do. So this first step is not needed. Then you will just copy this program step. Okay. Now in this program step, this program, give the program names. All these files will be now from 30W. Okay. And these are the product W specific files. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't get this thing. Okay, 30W which we had created and WBZ, right? All those
These
files.
will WBZ as well as DG job.
Yeah.
First we'll have to run BZ, then we'll run DG, and then that output we'll use in these steps. Okay. So here SDI will become FINA and 20W will become 30W. So this you have to update. Then again here also 20W, 30W, SDI will become FINA, rest all will be same. Okay, here this input file name I'll give you. Okay, and then the output file name will be the same what we have for old way, just the bleed will be 30W.
Sorry, SDI 20W DC was for what purpose you use that one?
See, actually earlier we don't actually use that job, but for performance tuning, that if we don't run that job, if we use these file as it is from 10W, then our program will run long, because every this recursive hierarchy file will have a lot of data, but we will need only wholesale related data, right? Wholesale specific data. So what this DG job will do, DG job will join this recursive hierarchy file with our layout file. In the layout file we have the feeds which is required for product, right?
Yes.
So we'll join with layout file as well as we'll join with the SSTR file, what user has the rules for that particular field. And we are taking only that data, that product W specific data, that is also what is there in the SSTR file, what user has entered.
Okay, can you open that job file?
Yeah. DG job. Yes. So here, these are my recursive hierarchy files. Okay, these are the complete set. It will have the data for wholesale and everything for every SDI. Okay, and these are the almost I think 50 to 16 recursive hierarchy file we need to use. So what we had done is P1. Here also you need to update, right? FINA to SDI to FINA and 30W. Rest all steps you can keep as it is, even for this also. Okay, so what we have done here is we have just updated that with tree node and the child node. So you'll come to know when you started actually testing it, right? Because right now if I explain you this child node and tree node, it will be very confusing for you.
So for position nothing we need to change, just because variable, you told that these are the variable files, so we need to just update I think -4 position or what?
Yeah, and input also I have mentioned you 10W input you will give and 30W you will create. Okay, but the copybooks are same, and the field, the starting position, everything will be same. So this shortcut will be same for that. Okay.
shortcut.
Yeah, Lena, I have one doubt
No
regarding.
need to change.
Yeah, Lena, this is where Babu. I have already we have changed the file length also. That is, we have removed the sum of the equals and we have added the file attributes, that is the length and different.
Correct.
But we need to change on the short fields also in GSM.
No, because
But
these
that
are
is
the these are the reference files, right? And we have updated the input and output files. So that length we will be
Okay, these
updating
are the
in the
reference files.
reference file. So reference file copybooks and length will be same for SDI as well as Finance. So you can use you can keep the shortcut.
Okay, got it. Yeah, these are the not input and output files. These are
These are reference files.
reference files.
So here we'll take the these are the files we are creating from the BZ job. So these are the SDI specific files from the SSTR file. Okay, we have complete set of SSTR file. From that file we have created the multiple files according to RSTR. Okay, so this is the next step. So we'll just take these files and then what we are doing here is this is again the very specific to tree node, child node, what is there in the recursive file and what is there in the root file. So I cannot explain you right now because really it will be confusing for you. But here also the shortcut will be same. Okay, this tree node, whatever you are seeing here, these are the rule fields actually on which the user enters the his logic. Okay, and the tree name which these are also there in your reference files. So user basically refers reference files as well as the has logic to enter or to get the particular fields, logic for to get the particular field. So you have to keep it this as it is. Then these steps will be also same. You don't have to delete everything in this job. So basically what you'll do is you'll just copy this DG job as it is. Just change the input and output file name and run this job. Okay, it will be easier for you. Okay, because here also now this is product retail step, this is IPS step, IPS specific step. So it is better to replicate this job as it is, get these files created whether you're working on product or product W, but you'll have at the end you will need each STI file, right? So basically just replicate this job as it is and change the file name and run this job. So you'll have the reference file for you created.
Okay.
Got it, right? So this will basically what BZ and DG job will do. It will create the SDI specific input files, SDI specific rule file, and SDI specific or the extract specific rule file, extract specific default rule file, and extract specific reference file. Because it will take less time to execute that program, right? If we already extract whatever we required earlier before the program start. That is what done in this particular. So,
can you explain one more requirement on that mind, that is we can understand, that is comparing to the traded product SDA?
Product SDA.
Yes. Traded product SDA.
Okay, traded product. Okay, I will show you that also.
Yeah, that can you please open it? Yes.
So here it is same. The traded product copybook is this one. So again you'll have to delete the fields which are not there in this copybook from the layout file. Okay. Now BZ job. So here again you have to update this layout file, remove the fields which are not there in your copybook, use these files as it is. Okay, just copy it with 30W. So this is on you will need, and then next is the program. I think program would be same, all the things I told you, right?
Yeah, that is okay, Lena. That is okay.
Yeah.
Program is okay. That is what is the JCFs can be present when I have confusing and that some JCFs only. Okay.
Okay, so for traded product, BZ will be there for every SDI. So before running your specific SDI, you will have to run BZ job as well as DG job at least once to create your layout file. Okay.
Okay. In BZ, Lena, is there any changes required on the BZ job? No changes, right?
BZ job only this particular thing for TRA.
Okay.
Because
That is
TRA, you have to mention it with 30W. Okay. The shortcut will be same. Then I think yeah, everything would be same. No need to change anything in BZ job. Also in DG job, just input and output will update.
Okay, just change the file names and remove that what are the fields in the copybook is not there, can remove all that, right?
Yes, but I think for BZ job, keep all these SDIs as it is.
Okay.
Okay. Only for the layout and your you can delete the rest of the fields. But BZ and DG job, I would suggest keep this as it is. Otherwise, if you keep removing these fields, later it will be confusing. Okay, I need to add this. Okay, I need to add this. So better at the start of the project, we will keep this BZ job as it is. Create the file. Creates all the file which would need, whether you are using it now or later. But let these files get created.
Okay.
So like that, and for a traded product, you will have to refer W0. So here also you will not need this first step. Okay, just take the program step in your personal PDS or in your JCL, and then here the output, these files will be coming from DZ job. These files will be coming from DZ and BZ job only. I'll give you the input file name and run the program and create the output file. And I think for you, you can just add the compare step after this program step, or else you can create the separate job. But that compare job will not be part of our process. Okay, that is just to confirm that we are good and the files are matching with old value.
Okay, testing process that is.
Yeah, that is for unit testing process. Correct. Okay.
Yeah, Lena, we are comparing on that what are the TRD copybook, we need to check on that what are the fields is not there in that copybook, we can remove the fields in that
from the
program,
layout file and program.
Layout file and program, okay.
Correct,
Yeah,
correct. Yes. So I think to start with this, you can first try updating the layout file. Once that is updated, then start with the COBOL program. And once everything is done, then I can give you the input files to test.
Okay. That is the copybook layout side and the program we need to test, change this accordingly to my personal series and we continue on that.
Yes,
changes,
yes,
right?
yes. And to refer all these jobs, you can just go to this PDS 10t.fz1.js.
Yeah.
Everything will be there in it.
Okay.
Okay. Any other question?
As of now, my side is
No.
Yeah. Once we have started, Lena, then we have a lot of questions.
Yeah, I know. Not a problem, but yeah, this is easy one, I would say. Just start with it. You'll come to know. And everything is already coded, right? You just have to replicate that. So it will be done soon, maybe. But I think you will face the problem for one SDI, your first extract, and then rest all will be easy because just replicating the things.
Better one thing, Lena, but all the requirements, all of them have the same, likewise, procedure is same. That is the process is same.
The process.
That is a good. That is a good for all us because we need to discuss everyone. That is the process is same, but the process has different. We don't know anyone, right?
Correct.
This is better to us.
Yeah, so here the process is same, only the input and outputs are changing. That's it.
Yes, right.
Okay. And just tell me if you are taking any program name, we'll have to update the tracker sheet, right? What all program name you picked up, we'll update that. on the conference.
Yeah, Nina, my next question was that only, like how we will go for the JCL and the program naming convention.
I think I have mentioned you the program names as well. You can just use this program name for traded product. I think in every requirement I have mentioned the program name, which program name you can pick up. But
JCL, yes, program name you have mentioned. New one with the name.
JCLs, I would give you the names. I think it is already there in the tracker sheet, right? JCLs. I think Monica also mentioned that. So
yes.
maybe here or somewhere else. Element tracker.
Do we need to take the JCL name specific to like SBI? Do we have some separate naming convention?
Yes,
like
yes.
Wholesale products we have some
So
different
your JCLs will always start from FDI 30W and will pick up the last two characters whatever available in this tracker sheet. Okay, so I think it is already picked up. I'm not sure whether it is picked up or not, but I'll just confirm it once. First, you create the test job, and while creating the actual JCLs, we'll give you the job name. What you can think, I think it is very big one to get. Okay, I'll take the copy books. Maybe I'll just confirm with you these names. Okay. So I think I have mentioned the program names, so you can use the program names from Confluence link itself. Take the program name, and for JCLs I'll give you. But you can first try with your any test JCL. First try to compare old way and new way, and once it is compared, then I'll give you all the JCL name that you can use.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Tina. We will go through and we will replicate if we have any queries. Then
yes. Anytime. I'm available on Teams. You have Teams, right? You're using Teams.
No, we are not. We don't have Teams.
So which communicator you are using right now?
Only Zoom.
Slack and FaceTime.
Slack and Zoom.
Okay. So I'll be there. I am there on Slack. I'll just come online on Slack. If you have any queries, you can ping me there. Okay.
Yeah, Lena. First we discuss all of them, and we have not find out anything, then we can come to you.
Sure. No problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, Lena. Thanks a lot. Now we have got some confidence to work on that.
No.
Yeah, Lena.
Yeah, actually we were struggling to understand the requirement.
No, it will take time,
Yeah.
but it's just easy just to replicate the thing. So, and it is easy also. If you just work on the first one, then you'll come to know there are no changes or nothing we have to develop from scratch actually. So it is already there. That's a good thing.
Yeah, exactly, Lena. Yeah, morning also we have discussed. We can't where we need to start on that. We don't know anything. Just we have some idea. That is once we have started, then we have a lot of questions, and then we can one by one we can resolve on that.
Yes.
Once, but for example, we don't know what is the process, where we need to start, where we need to start.
Correct. So first start with the layout file updation, and then start with the COBOL program. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you, Leela.
Thanks a lot, Lena.
Yeah,
Lena, for your time. Yeah. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.